In the frozen wilderness of Canada, a deadly battle unfolds as a lynx, one of nature's most skilled and mysterious predators, relentlessly attacks a massive white-tailed deer. The lynx, with its striking, thick winter coat that shifts from silver-brown to reddish-brown as the seasons change, is a formidable creature. Standing at around 80 to 105 centimeters in length and weighing between 8 and 11 kilograms, it prowls the forest with terrifying precision. These solitary creatures, mysterious and elusive, usually spend most of their time resting or hunting alone, though occasionally, they may roam or hunt in small groups, especially when accompanied by their young. The lynx's presence is often felt more than seen, lurking in the shadows, its eyes gleaming like twin moons in the night. This particular lynx has just brought down a colossal white-tailed deer, its massive body now sprawled helplessly in the snow, blood staining the pure white canvas beneath it. The stench of death hangs thick in the air, and the struggle is far from over. The deer, bloodied and battered, weakly gasps for breath, its body still trembling with the remnants of life. But the lynx is relentless, refusing to grant mercy. With a vicious snap of its jaws, the lynx sinks its fangs into the deer's neck, forcing the animal's body to lurch violently. The deer, its energy fading rapidly, lets out a final, agonizing breath. For a brief moment, the world seems to stop as the lynx crouches over its prey, licking and gnawing on the fallen creature, savoring the victory it has so ruthlessly claimed. The deer is now nothing more than a limp, lifeless form, drained of all strength, left to succumb to the inevitable. The once powerful creature, now powerless and defeated, lies still in the snow, its struggle against death finally at an end. The lynx, ever watchful, continues its hunt, its instincts honed to perfection, as it stands above the vanquished, the ruler of this harsh, unforgiving realm. Elsewhere, in another part of the world, a different kind of predator prowls. Roan Nana, a guide at Puss National Park, is leading a group of tourists on an expedition to observe a leopard. They are near a waterhole, where herds of zebra and antelope gather to quench their thirst. But the tranquility of the moment is shattered when a leopard suddenly appears, chasing a herd of antelope. The panicked animals flee in all directions, their hearts racing with fear. However, as the antelope scramble in panic, an even more dangerous predator makes its entrance, a pride of lions, lying in wait at the edge of the waterhole, ready to strike. The lions, poised and silent, have been lying in ambush, watching the antelope from the shadows. As the antelope rush toward them, the lions spring into action, their powerful bodies launching forward in a coordinated attack. The scene becomes a chaotic frenzy of survival, as the lions and leopards battle for supremacy over their prey. The tourists watch in stunned silence as the predators engage in a brutal, savage contest for dominance, their eyes locked in a dance of death and power. In this harsh, unforgiving world, only the strongest survive, and every victory, no matter how small, is a reminder of the brutal truth of nature's laws. The hunt is unrelenting, and the cycle of life and death continues, as predators stalk their prey and the world's wildest creatures fight to live another day. In the wild, untamed forests of Canada, where the harsh winters paint the landscape in white, a dramatic and brutal scene unfolds. The lynx, Lynx canadensis, a predator of legendary skill, sets its sights on a mighty prey, a massive white-tailed deer. The lynx, its body sleek yet powerful, stalks through the snow-covered underbrush with incredible stealth. Its coat, thick and dense to protect it against the frigid cold, shifts in color with the changing seasons, silver-brown during the winter months, transforming into a reddish-brown as the warmth of spring beckons. This adaptable predator, ranging from 80 to 105 centimeters in length and weighing between 8 and 11 kilograms, has perfected the art of ambush. Its razor-sharp claws and keen senses make it a deadly force, feared by all that roam the northern wilderness. The lynx is a solitary hunter, a creature of mystery, often seen as a phantom in the snow. It spends most of its time alone, prowling the forests and mountains, searching for its next meal. Occasionally, it will hunt in small family groups, with females and their young venturing together, but for the most part, it is a lone hunter, skilled in the art of survival. Its movements are calculated, every step a deliberate measure towards its goal. The lynx's eyes gleam in the darkness, bright and piercing, a reflection of the cold, ruthless nature of the wild. This particular lynx has just succeeded in bringing down an enormous white-tailed deer, a creature that once commanded the forest with its strength and grace. Now, sprawled in the snow, the deer's blood stains the pure white surface, creating a gruesome masterpiece that tells the story of a fierce struggle for survival. The air is thick with the scent of death as the lynx stands over its prey, watching the deer's final moments unfold. The massive animal is still alive, its body trembling as it fights for breath, but its strength is fading fast. The battle has taken its toll, and the deer's chances of survival grow slimmer by the second. With a snarl, the lynx launches itself at the deer once more, its claws digging into the flesh of the dying creature. The lynx sinks its sharp fangs into the deer's throat, tightening its grip as the deer struggles in vain, its final gasps weak and desperate. Blood spills from the wound, splattering across the snow, a stark contrast to the otherwise pristine landscape. The deer, its will to fight rapidly draining away, gives one last attempt to escape, but it is hopeless. The lynx, unrelenting and merciless, continues its brutal assault, pinning the deer to the ground and ensuring that there will be no escape. The final, agonizing moments of the deer's life are drawn out as the lynx secures its victory, its strength and ferocity unmatched. With a final, decisive blow, the deer lies still. The once mighty creature is now a lifeless form, its body surrendered to the inevitable forces of nature. The lynx, victorious in its hunt, stands over the fallen prey, a silent witness to the savage world in which it exists. There is no triumph, no celebration, only the quiet, cold reality of survival. The lynx pauses for a moment, its keen eyes scanning the surroundings, ensuring that no other predators will claim its prize. Once satisfied, it begins to feast, savoring the fruits of its labor. The harsh, unforgiving landscape bears witness to the constant struggle for life and death, where every victory is hard-earned and fleeting. Elsewhere, in a completely different part of the world, another predator stalks its prey with similar precision. Roan Nana, an experienced guide at Puss National Park, is leading a group of tourists on an expedition to observe the elusive leopard. The group is near a watering hole, where zebras and antelope gather to quench their thirst after a long, exhausting journey through the savannah. The scene is peaceful, almost serene, as the animals drink from the water, unaware of the dangers lurking in the shadows. Suddenly, the tranquility is shattered. A leopard, a silent and deadly predator, emerges from the thicket. Its sharp, golden eyes gleam as it picks out its target from the herd of antelope. The chase begins, and the animals scatter in a frenzy, running for their lives. The leopard, with its lithe body and unmatched speed, chases after the fleeing herd, its movements smooth and calculated, its focus absolute. The antelope, now in full panic mode, race in all directions, trying desperately to escape the clutches of their pursuer. However, the hunt takes an unexpected turn. As the antelope sprint towards safety, a new danger appears on the horizon. A pride of lions, the kings and queens of the savannah, emerges from the tall grass, their golden manes gleaming in the sunlight. The lions, lying in ambush, have been waiting for the perfect moment to strike. As the antelope rush toward them, the lions spring into action, their massive bodies launching forward with terrifying power. The scene becomes chaotic as the lions attack, their razor-sharp claws and powerful jaws aiming for the vulnerable antelope. The struggle is intense. The antelope, caught between two fierce predators, fight desperately for survival. The lions close in, their every move coordinated, each lion playing a crucial part in the hunt. The leopard, not willing to let its prize slip away, continues to pursue the antelope, trying to outmaneuver the lions. The tourists, caught in the middle of this incredible display of nature's raw power, can only watch in awe and disbelief as the two predators, one swift and stealthy, the other strong and relentless, battle for dominance. In the end, the savannah becomes a battlefield, where life and death collide in a ruthless contest. The predator-prey dynamics of the wild are on full display, showcasing the merciless cycle that governs all life in this untamed world. The hunt, with all its ferocity and unpredictability, is a reminder of nature's brutal reality: only the fittest survive. As the lions claim their prize and the leopard retreats into the shadows, the world continues its eternal dance of life and death, where every moment is a struggle, and every victory is hard-won. In the blink of an eye, a herd of antelopes charged recklessly towards a pride of lions, creating an opportunity for the predators to strike swiftly. Within moments, two young antelopes were trapped. The young ones fought valiantly, their desperate struggles echoing the rawness of life on the savannah. But the lions, relentless and swift, quickly surrounded their prey, overwhelming them with force. The lionesses, acting with efficiency, swiftly divided the spoils of their hunt, feasting on their kill right there, amidst the harsh realities of the wild. Meanwhile, in another part of the wilderness, the great predators of the river, the crocodiles and the leopards, shared a fierce rivalry of their own. In this brutal, unforgiving world, it's not uncommon for one predator to steal the prey of another, or even to become prey itself. This was one of those moments. The leopard, usually a patient hunter, chose to act aggressively, launching a direct assault on the crocodile, an enemy it typically avoids. Typically, the leopard would wait for the crocodile to leave the water to bask in the sun or hunt, as this is when the crocodile loses its advantage. But this time, the bloodthirsty predator had lost its patience. With a sudden, reckless charge, it entered the crocodile's domain, determined to strike. The leopard skillfully navigated the environment, stalking its prey until it found the perfect moment to strike. With a swift leap, it pounced, grabbing hold of the crocodile's back. The battle was fierce as the two animals grappled in the water, struggling for dominance. For a long time, they fought beneath the surface, each attempting to overpower the other. Finally, with a powerful bite, the leopard sank its teeth into the crocodile's neck, rendering its deadly jaws useless. The predator was immobilized. The leopard, now in control, dragged the immobilized crocodile onto dry land. Confident that its opponent was no longer a threat, it began to settle in to enjoy its meal. But the crocodile, despite its apparent defeat, had not yet given up. Suddenly, it regained consciousness, breaking free from its captor's grasp and charging back towards the riverbank. The leopard, quick on its feet, seized the opportunity, biting into the crocodile's most vulnerable point. With one swift and final move, the leopard lifted its prey into the air and dragged it into the safety of the underbrush, ignoring the crocodile's desperate attempts to escape. This battle, a deadly dance between two of nature's most feared predators, exemplified the merciless and unpredictable struggle for survival in the wild. The leopard, often called the king of the jungle for its unmatched hunting prowess, proved once again why it is one of the most feared and respected animals in the natural world, a hunter of unrivaled skill and raw power. In the wild, there are predators whose presence is a constant, deadly threat to humans, though they typically avoid human contact, retreating into the shadows at the slightest hint of human presence. However, when it comes to hunting, these creatures do not shy away from confrontation. During a recent expedition at Ranthambore National Park, an Indian tiger, known for its incredible strength and stealth, launched a swift and brutal attack on a deer. The animal had been grazing peacefully when the tiger, in an instant, sank its teeth deep into the deer's hind leg, pinning it down with overwhelming force. Despite the deer's frantic attempts to escape, the tiger was relentless. In one swift motion, it lunged forward, sinking its claws into the deer's back and bringing it down with lethal precision. All of this unfolded in full view of a group of tourists, their eyes wide with awe and fear as they watched the raw power of nature unfold before them. The tiger, seemingly unbothered by the onlookers, continued its hunt as though it were a routine. It was as though the presence of humans had become a mere background detail in the cycle of life and death that played out in the wild. In Africa, meanwhile, cheetahs also display extraordinary hunting strategies, using both speed and intellect to capture their prey. Their hunting technique is a two-phase process. First, they close the distance with lightning speed, and then, they slow down to anticipate their prey's escape route. A prime example of this intelligence was witnessed when a group of 5 cheetahs worked together during a hunt in the Serengeti National Park. As a herd of gazelles grazed unsuspectingly, the cheetahs carefully maneuvered through the tall grass, using their natural camouflage to stay out of sight. The gazelles, unaware of the impending danger, were caught off guard when the cheetahs sprang into action. Panic erupted among the herd as they scrambled to flee, but it was too late. The cheetahs had already singled out their target and brought it down with breathtaking efficiency. The unfortunate gazelle, a topi, had no chance against the speed and coordination of the cheetah pack, and soon, it became a meal for the relentless hunters. In the harsh and treacherous cliffs of the Himalayas, where few predators dare to tread, the snow leopard reigns supreme. Unlike other hunters, snow leopards possess the perfect combination of strength, agility, and camouflage, which allows them to hunt prey that most other predators cannot catch. One of the snow leopard's most impressive feats is its ability to catch agile mountain goats, despite their difficult terrain. With its thick, white fur blending seamlessly with the snowy landscape, the snow leopard can remain hidden until it is right on top of its prey. In one breathtaking moment captured on film, a snow leopard stalked a young mountain goat as it followed its mother across the rocky landscape, unaware of the imminent danger. The snow leopard, lying in wait, pounced with incredible speed, quickly closing the distance between them. It was clear that the snow leopard had the upper hand, and the mountain goat stood little chance. However, just as victory seemed certain, a slight miscalculation led to the predator losing its prey. The snow leopard, after a few brief seconds of hesitation, missed the kill and watched as its meal escaped. A small mistake in the vast, unforgiving world of nature, where the balance between life and death can shift in the blink of an eye. As the video comes to a close, viewers are left with a sense of awe and wonder at the unrelenting struggle for survival in the animal kingdom. It is a world where only the strongest, smartest, and most adaptable can survive. We thank our audience for joining us on this thrilling journey through the raw power of nature, and we encourage everyone to share their thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another exciting episode. Until next time, goodbye.